gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you.
Alright guys, we're out here on Highlight Shores today. It is November, it's pretty cold, it's pretty rainy today, and we're gonna do a little crappie catch and cook for you. We got B down here. Sorry. And I don't know whose boat that is, but I think we're gonna untie it. What do you think? That's Justin's boat, so we might untie it a little bit. It's cold out. Let's see if we can catch some crappie, and then we're gonna jump into how to fillet them, and then we're gonna jump into how I like to cook them too. So a little catch and cook for you today on this November. It's pretty cold water out here, and hopefully we can teach you guys how to catch some crappie in this type of weather, because this stinks kind of. So let's get after it. Let's catch some crappie.
I give like 6 seconds. They are crappie.
Hey!
I didn't catch anything this small on Sunday.
Not a bad one though.
No, 8 inches on the 20.
That one will eat. Wherever, I mean, I know we've been doing a lot the last couple of years, but it's been working. Hey, I'm not skunked. That's a good looking one.
So there's been 3 3-pounders off this year, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. It really is crazy. There we go. When they bite, man, they like wreck the minnow. It's like very rare to be able to use one again, I feel like.
It does seem the crappies bite better, Josh. Now we got it. Not a bad one either.
I got him fired up.
Yeah, now we got him fired up. We got 4. Our goal is 40.
There we go. Oh, that's a bass, I think.
Okay, apparently these boxes just load a little bass, I bet.
The bass.
Seems like where you catch bass, you don't catch crappie. So.
Uh-oh. Dang, and he got that big minnow too.
Yeah, my minnow's
That's at least 10 pounds.
there we go.
It's a bass.
What the heck? Bit just like the crappie.
Can't make that up. Oh, I hooked him. Bluegill.
Yeah,
I told you.
they're not crappie. Let's try it just out deep rough cod one more time. That's what we were yesterday. Sounds right.
Well, at least mystery solved.
Yeah.
That's something good.
The crappie.
Nice. You found the crappie. Good job, B.
Right.
Thanks for feeding my family. All right, well, we caught a couple crappie. It was kind of a slow day. Thanks for feeding my family, B. We're gonna go jump into the process of filleting them now, and then we're gonna show you how we eat them. So we got a few, probably feed the whole family, so we should be good there. I'm gonna jump into that real quick and go from there. Alright guys, like I was saying, we got a couple good fish, nothing crazy here, but let's go through the whole process. So some of the things you're going to need, I like to wear gloves so my hands don't get too fishy. It's hunting season right now, I don't really want it to smell like that while I'm in the stand, so I'm going to wear gloves today. We're going to have the fish, obviously. I like it board like this, clamp them down, and then I will have something for the trash, the guts and everything, and then a sharp knife, and a bowl with a little bit of water where you're going to throw your fillets after. So let's jump into the process of how I like to actually do it. All right, guys, so you're going to take your knife. You're going to start underneath the fin here, right behind the gill plate. You're going to dig it in like that until you feel the backbone there. And you're going to go along that backbone, just kind of cutting along that edge, kind of feeling out and trying to stay as close to you can as that backbone. Flip it up, take your knife, and get that fillet out of there like that, like so. This isn't a terribly big fish, so the fillet's not huge, but it's pretty nice. And then we'll take, from there, you will take this, take the knife and cut that little rib plate out of there. You get those ribs out, and you're kind of wanting to keep as much meat as you can. It's obviously bigger to keep more meat, or it's easier to keep more meat on the bigger fish, but these small ones taste so good, you want to keep that too. So now we just come up with just the rib plate, with a little bit of meat, not too bad, and you'll have a nice fillet right there. That's one side. So we're going to keep going and do the next side. You'll flip it over. Come here, same thing. We're just feeling for that backbone and going along that. And I wouldn't recommend cutting into yourself too much. One side's probably going to be pretty harder than the other side, so we're just feeling for that backbone going along right there. Sometimes the back comes off like that, and you got to hold it with your fingers. You're just going along, getting that fillet right off of there. And there you go, that's that fillet. And we'll cut that off, cut the ribs off of that. Just like so. And if it's a good one, you can cut up there too and kind of get all that off there. But what you're going for mainly is just a nice fillet. You can fillet up just like that. And we're done with that fish. We'll take it, throw it away in here. And one down. Couple more to go. All right, we gotta save the best one for last. This one's actually 11 inches long, so that was a good one of the day, that's for sure. And we should get a good amount of meat off of it. Let's see. Get that off. It's looking like a nice fillet on this one. That one's good. Ribs off there. Like I said, on the bigger ones, you can kind of come up here and get some of the belly meat off too. It doesn't really work that well with the smaller ones. It's not quite worth it. But you can see there's a good chunk of belly meat up there. So that's a nice fillet there. So I'll take that. Sometimes even if I have some smaller ones, I'll cut it in half like that. Trying to create two little fillets. The bigger 11-incher ones are going to get you more meat, obviously. They're bigger. We got a pretty good amount of meat here. Should be more than enough for my little family. Tinsley doesn't eat that much yet, but that should be enough. Maybe throw some fries or something off with it too. So that's the process of doing that. So now we got our fillets. We'll go rinse them off with water. Some people like to set them in salt water or something like that, but we're going to eat them tonight. So I'm going to rinse them off, get them ready to eat tonight. All right, guys, we got our fish fillets here. I like to use corn oil, so we got that. We got our pan, and we got our breading. That's all you're gonna need. You're gonna put the fish in the breading, shake it up. Once the corn oil's all hot, we'll drop it in there and we'll get cooking. And we're gonna roll from there. I got some curly fries for my daughter too. You like that, so we're gonna throw those in the oven here and then get that cooking and roll with it for tonight's dinner. Alright guys, next I would suggest actually temping your corn oil and seeing what it's at. So this corn oil is at about 200 right now, which is pretty hot. But corn oil to cook the fish how you want it to be in the 400 to 450 degree range. So getting yourself something like this to actually see what temp it at is perfect. So we're gonna have to let it go a little bit longer and then we'll start throwing in the fish. Guys, so I got my fillets out. We're gonna toss them in the bag here one at a time. I kind of like to dry them off a little bit on some paper towels before We're just gonna get them all tossing here. I'm doing half the batch now and half the batch here in a little bit. So we got a couple pieces out here, and you can, you know, as many as you can fit in there that can fit in your pan at a time is what would be recommended for you. So we'll zip it up, give it a shake, get that breading all over those fish fillets in there. Now you can see that fish is actually pretty perfect right there. So it is looking good. That's what you want to see, something along those lines. Different breadings will kind of coat it differently. This is all they had at the store tonight, so we're going to do it this way. And then throw them in the oil once it gets hot enough. Guys, it's at 425. We are good. Let's throw some fillets in now. Get this extra mixed up on there. Perfect. You want to see it kind of sizzle like that. Whew. Ain't a whole lot better, that smells better than this fresh crappie. We're going to get them all in there. That's all for batch one. So we're gonna watch the clock. It's at about 5:33 now. We're gonna leave them for 4 to 5 minutes. Kind of watch them, just make sure they get golden brownish. It starts looking a little something like that. They're starting to get done. It's starting to brown up. The meat inside starting to cook. They're also floating. That's a good way to indicate that it's getting close to being done. It's been about 3 minutes though, so we're gonna let it go for a little bit longer. And these are pretty small pieces, so they should cook fairly quick. Those are looking done, so we're gonna toss them in a bowl with a napkin. Let that corn oil kind of drain off of them a little bit. And it's a little too hot for me to try right now, but I will definitely be trying one before dinner. Oh, we got a perfect crappie fillet right here. That is delicious. Great way of making them. If you guys like the video, give it a like and subscribe. We got some cool hunting videos out there right now. And you know, we're pumping out some cool stuff for you guys, teaching you how to do some stuff, helping everybody along the way. You're gonna want to eat this crappie this way. I mean, this is fresh, never frozen. This is amazing. So get out there and make it this way if you like. You might like it another way, but get out there and hunt and fish. That's what it's about. Thanks for watching.